Yeah, I just finished your install on the security system that you ordered, sir. Mr. Hutchison, you ordered a security system for your front door?
Uh, n- Not to my knowledge.
Sorry, I have a list here, an itemized list of everything you ordered for the front door specifically.
Okay,
So
go ahead
you
and
wanted
read it out to me.
a new
Yeah.
key lock, an eye scanner, a lips scanner, a left nostril scanner, both earlobes at the same time, freaky style scanner. Don't know what that means, but went ahead and installed it. A deep probe scanner, parentheses and all. I'm going to pretend I didn't read that. And then a genital scanner.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. There was a mix-up here. This isn't for the front door.
Uh-huh.
This is for the door to the basement.
Oh, okay. I can try to get that moved in time. Man, I'm so sorry about that. I can give you a discount on the cost of.
I really appreciate it. Yeah. It's you think security and you're like, man, we gotta keep people from getting in, but really it's about keeping people from getting out.
Yeah, I was in terror getting out.
Yes,
getting out
of the junk house.
It's a psychobilly freakout.
Welcome back to the junk house.
For legal purposes, I don't officially hold anyone in the junk house basement against their will.
For legal purposes, the junk house doesn't exist.
Oh, that too. But everyone in the junk house basement, everyone in the junk house basement is held there by their will. Don't worry.
We have consent.
Yeah. Consent is, yes, people are there because they want to be there.
They should call it consent.
No,
that's a candle. That's a Yankee candle.
Yep.
We're off to a good start.
Smells a little bit different for some reason. It's like, did you get that consent? Yeah, it smells weird this time. I don't know.
So this one,
this guy picked up a all steak and whiskey diet. So just
yeah, it's not always the same person emitting the scent in the Yankee Candle Factory.
Yeah, exactly. Now this episode's going to start off weird because now that leads into a movie that is coming out in Denmark.
What?
Wait, what?
Okay, I'm sorry. Why would us talking about cum lead to a movie?
If you don't want to hear about a movie about cum, skip forward a couple minutes. There's a movie coming out in Denmark called Spermageddon. And it is supposed to be a sex comedy. And the main characters are anthropomorphized.
Okay, we're watching this apparently. Okay.
It's in another language. So
Perfect.
Real quick, we do have to say that for those at home, the main characters' name are Simon and Camilla.
Good.
So it gives a little bit of Inside Out vibes.
Yeah, all the blood just went to the penis and not the brain.
Yeah. So one of the sperm has glasses. And
he's
like
a nerd. And one of them is like super awesome and strong and killing people.
And a sexy lady.
Killing sperms.
As well, sperm.
Oh, that's a whole scrotum.
On YouTube, no less.
Can't get the bra off.
That's funny. Comedy.
Oh, they almost got in a car crash.
Yeah, apparently they have to fight against spermicide. They have to get out of a condom. All the basic stuff.
That's just a condom with sperm in it. Oh.
Come or do.
So the whole movie is just the sperm trying to get cummed out?
It's a heist movie, but for sperm, is what it seems.
I think they're trying to get to the egg. Like, that's their end goal.
Yeah.
They want to fertilize.
I'm
gonna say something, and this is, I don't want to yuck anyone's yums. If you want to go see that movie, by all means, some movies don't need to be made. Especially when some of those movies have what I could describe as updated open season style graphics.
Open season, sausage party.
This is just sausage party, but inside of the body.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sausage party, but they're not even trying to pretend it's not about sex entirely.
Yeah, exactly. Even sausage party is like, hey, the end goal is for all of us to fuck.
For real, there's a food orgy at the end of that movie. I watched that movie.
Why?
Cordell, sometimes you ingest a thing called marijuana, and it's 2020, and you're by yourself, and you've been by yourself for like a month, and you're like, this movie's on Netflix. And so you watch it, and it's real bad.
And then they make a second one.
Yeah. I didn't watch the second one. Thank goodness.
The bad guy in that one is a douche.
Yeah. Apparently in the second movie, an apocalypse has like killed humanity, but the food realizes that they need humans to make them. And so they try to like rescue a person and but because the foods did the apocalypse.
Because in the first movie, everybody realized that the food was alive or whatever.
I don't know. I saw the trailer once and didn't want to watch the trailer.
Yeah, so. I don't. Yeah. Gamers, we're not even 10 minutes in.
Yeah, I feel drained of energy.
So we gotta revitalize.
We gotta have the least sexual episode possible after that, honestly.
Well, I have a theorem that I want to propose to y'all about Costco. Maybe this is "We're So Smart, I Don't Remember the Song, but we're back in the smart time zone."
I gotcha. Smart stuff for smart people, where we do smart stuff and we talk about it. Sammy, what have you done that was smart recently? Please pontificate.
I have come up with a theorem about Costco. There are recent strikes that have started at Costco, correct? Do we know about this? Have we heard of this?
I did not know that there were strikes.
I'm gonna need pontificated at real quick.
So over the last year, Costco has, had record highs, record sales. Okay.
Yes,
and
due to the yeah.
And they are not they're not doing anything with their workers for that. They're not rewarding their workers for that. So there's a strike impending for higher wages due to this year.
Good.
My theorem and I think the only logical stance that can be taken from this news is that the Costco guys caused the Costco strikes.
I'm going to say it 1,000%. Yes.
I'd like to see anybody say different.
Real quick for the people out there. Who are the Costco guys?
Cordell, do you not know the Costco guys, or is this just the people out there?
The people out there.
Okay.
I'm aware of the no.
Do you know of the Costco verse where you have like AJ, Big Justice?
I know the Rizzler. I only know Mr. Rizzler.
The Rizzler's in there.
Yeah,
then
I know him.
Also the uncle, who I don't remember their name, and the mom and the sister, I don't remember their names. But they're in there.
I only remember the Rizzler, and I only really remember him from when he got his name leaked on video, and then also from when Baby Gronk was trying to get him to fight him.
Yes. Here's the lore. Okay, are you ready for some lore? AJ and Big Justice. So this is a dad, AJ, and his son, Big Justice. Big Justice, I believe, is, at this point he is 11 years old. They both really like Costco. I think originally they said that they would like just go as a father-son thing, have a good old time, right? AJ used to be a professional wrestler in New Jersey. So he already kind of had a following.
Yeah.
So they make this video.
Also, his wrestling name was The Big Justice, which then became the nickname for his son.
That's adorable.
Yeah, that's
so
very
good. They're weirdly
Really
wholesome,
cute.
the Costco guys.
They're very
yes.
wholesome. They come out with this video because I think there was already like a TikTok meme going out that was like, "We're blank. Of course we do this." So they go to Costco and go, "We're Costco guys. Of course we get the chicken bake. We're Costco guys. We gotta try the double chunk chocolate cookie."
Yeah.
And so it was just really funny. And because AJ had basically kind of media training already for being a professional wrestler, he was really good at spinning that into like now this big career, like this big meme career where they like have podcasts, and like the Rizzler is Big Justice's like best friend. That's how, like,
so he's the odd one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is
Sorry,
not
they all
related
look
to
the
them.
same.
He's not related.
Here's the Rizzler lore, okay?
Yeah.
Rizzler started with another viral video separate from the Costco guys, where he dressed as the Black Panther for Halloween and then walked around the house saying, "I'm the Black Panther." And then his dad would ask him to do very like normal things, and he would do them, which is like fine. But then at one point, the dad asked, "Hey, could you go up this ladder towards the attic?" And the Rizzler said, "Black Panther doesn't do that. Black Panther's scared of that." And then his dad was like, "Black Panther doesn't get scared." He said, "That's stupid. Black Panther's scared of that." And so it became very funny because it's just this kid dressed as the Black Panther being a funny little kid. And then they spun that into like, look at this little kid being funny. And then that got them the attention of the Costco guys. And then they met up. And then everyone was like, "I guess they're related." And then they're like, "No, we're just friends. Like
We're just chill." Can I show you my favorite Costco guys moment that has come about recently?
Oh, is it? I think I know what it is already.
You will know.
I feel like we're safe to play this audio in the podcast too.
Yes, I will actually play this in the... So they're like nice and like...
But
do you know what a boom is?
Like, what?
No, what's the boom?
The Costco guys have a rating system of something is either a boom, which means it's very good, or a doom, which means it's very bad. And so then that evolved into a scale of 1 to 5 big booms. And and yeah, so that is, I did see AJ gave that some context on a podcast, which I appreciated, where he said, "We were streaming and I looked in the comments and somebody said, 'My brother was a big fan of yours and he recently passed away. Would you please give him 5 big booms?'" And then they just said it so nonchalantly.
Right. They said it like someone like requested that video.
Yeah, like it was a cameo or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about your brother that passed away.
You
get 5 big booms.
Yeah. But yeah, so that I agree with you in your theorem though, that the Costco guys impacted and caused the Costco strikes, because I didn't think about Costco until two things happened. One, the Costco guys, and two, they announced that Costco's no longer going to serve Pepsi products in their cafe and that they're switching to Coke, which I think is the objectively correct choice. Pepsi's disgusting.
Coke
And
does.
so that
Coke
made me happy.
Coke is
Coke's
they're on Israel's side, so we don't really like Coke, but flavor wise, that's fine.
I mean, also just in the grand scheme of like, there's nothing I can do to impact Coke's bottom line.
Yeah,
if I stop
exactly.
drinking Coke, I will also have to stop using every product I can possibly buy on a shelf. If I'm trying to, it's the good
It's just
place
being
problem.
informed. It's
But yeah,
it is
I like the
place
information. There's nothing I can do, unfortunately.
yeah, exactly.
But
I do think that the next step of this Costco strike and Costco getting more money is that I've seen a strong amount of Sam's Club ads lately.
Gross.
Sam's Club's trying to compete with all the Sam's Club doesn't have the Costco guys, so they got all these ads with real customers talking about how cool
there were
Sam's
a
Club
few
is.
people that tried to become Sam's Club guys, Cordell, and you know what happened?
God.
They were shut down.
They
Not
got
by
murdered in the
Costco
streets.
guys. Costco guys even like collabed with a few of them and were like, let's be friends and compare the differences. But you know what happened? Everyone realized Sam's Club sucks. I'm saying this as a Sam's Club member, okay? Sam's Club sucks. I don't like it.
What if though Sam's Club holds fond childhood memories of going there after church on Sundays and eating pizza and buying Goosebumps DVDs while your mom shops for 2 hours?
That's fair, but it would have been better if it was Costco. I'm just saying.
No, I wouldn't know that. I've never been in a Costco.
Well, we'll fix that somehow.
The double chunk chocolate cookies are pretty good, actually.
Does Costco have free samples when you're walking around?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Of
Okay,
course.
then I'm in. Does
Big
it sell
time.
pizza
Also-
in the cafeteria?
Yep.
There's not really a cafeteria, and so I'm talking. So we have the Denverites over here have a Costco membership.
Okay.
So the one over here, it just has like a bar that you can walk up to and order your food, but like a pizza slice, it's like $1.29.
That's
and it's a
better
big
America.
one. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the same
And
for like hot dogs.
The hot
It's
dog
cheap.
combo is $1.50, and it's a hot dog and a drink.
Well, I live in the state where Walmart was birthed from a Walton's
Yeah.
body. So like I don't have Costco near me.
That is.
It's
the
as
issue.
close as the Sam's Club is to you. There's one in Little Rock.
Yeah, I don't want to drive that far.
That's fair. But
wait.
Cordell, have you done anything smart recently? Because we're technically still in the bid.
Yeah. The bid is still happening. I did a very smart thing lately in that I started playing a new video game.
What game?
So I have a little problem here in that I love roguelikes.
Uh-huh.
And I love them a lot. But the problem is the gameplay is immensely repetitive. And they're very interesting and engaging until you get good at it. And then you're just kind of doing a completionist thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been cruising through Vampire Survivors and unlocking all the characters. But I'll just be walking around killing vampires for 30 minutes. And then get an unlocked character, and then I do it again. It's like, it's getting a little old. It's wearing on me. I still like it, but I can't do it all the time.
Right.
So I looked to a little old game I got on sale on the Switch, and it is called Dicey Dungeons.
Love that game.
Ooh, okay.
It is a little roguelike. It's turn-based combat, but you're a little die. And the thing is that you get new equipment that are basically rules that if you roll dice at the start of your turn and you apply those dice to the different equipment you have in the combat. And it's just, it's fun. It's very simple, but there's a lot of neat dynamics in it. And I'm liking that. I started it last night. I also have the potential for having found the next Balatro.
Oh,
Oh, that's strong words, Cordell.
It's currently a demo on Steam. It is called Passant.
Passant. How do you
And
spell this?
Pissant?
Passant. It is a chess roguelike.
Pissant.
Interesting. Oh, named after the en passant, which is
Yep.
how you. Yeah, okay.
Now, the only the demo's out. But the idea is that the game will start. So I've not yet played it, but the game will start with you having at the beginning, it's limited chess pieces. It's not a full chess game. It'll set up a board with certain pieces and you gotta win. And it's not just checkmate. There are other ways to win, apparently. But as you go, you can upgrade pieces or get entirely new chess pieces and abilities and whatnot. And so it's the Balatro concept, but applied to playing games of chess. And you play through increasingly difficult chess matches with the upgraded and differentiated pieces. So I'm going to try that on the Steam Deck at some point today. And if it doesn't work on the Steam Deck, I'm going to try it on my computer.
Yeah.
Because it's just a demo. I don't expect it to be super functional on the deck.
Yeah.
But if it's as good as this sort of concept has the potential to be, I think it's the new Balatro for me.
You know, that's fair.
I think that fire.
I did something smart. Do you want to hear the actual smart thing I did or the funny smart thing I'm doing?
Both.
Yeah.
Actual smart thing I did, I re-examined my stock portfolio and changed my investments.
Oh.
Cool.
Yes.
That's actually big and smart.
Yes. I had a few high-risk investments that were no longer worth it, so I changed it up to some more low-risk, high-yield.
Okay.
Yeah. Just retirement account stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Funny, smart thing I did. I've been playing through a video game that I played when I was a child, but never beat. And there is a boss that when I was a child, it beat me so much. And it takes 3 hours to beat it. Oh, the game is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, by the way.
Okay.
And there is a boss. Have either of y'all played this game?
No.
There's a boss called The End.
Okay.
Who is an incredibly old sniper.
Okay. Yeah.
Who kind of looks like Santa Claus if Santa Claus was made of nightmares. And he's incredibly old, and he has a bit in his monologue where he's about to try and kill you, where he says, "Thank you for waking me. If you had not, the slumber would have been eternal." And there is a thing you can do, which when I was a kid, I was like, that sounds like cheating. Because it takes 3 hours to beat this guy. Because you have to find where he is and sneak up on him and try and kill him, which will make him move to a completely different area in the map.
Dang.
But he can't go to the same area twice. So it's a little bit context clues in figuring it out. But
Cool.
it takes a very long time. Or you can save the game, close out completely, and not play for a week. And then he will die of old age.
No way.
That is real.
I've heard this.
That's incredible. I love video games.
And Hideo Kojima is insane in doing stuff like this all the way back then. But yeah, so last night I got to that point and I paused the game and I saved it. I put it down and I will not touch it until next Thursday morning to make sure I have given it enough time that he is dead. And if you do that, you also get his gun, which is the best sniper rifle in the game.
I'm proud of you for not just doing the easy way of changing your system's time.
That's evil.
Okay, so here's the thing. On PlayStation 2, because I tried it once on PlayStation 2, it would sense if you did that in the game and kill you. So
okay, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, so I'm just not going to try it on the Switch and just let it sit and let it ride. Now, they are remaking it. Remaking Metal Gear Solid 3 into, I think they're calling it Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. This year it's coming out. If they do that, highly recommend it. It's one of the greatest games. You do not need to play 1 or 2 to get into it because it is a prequel. It's technically the first Metal Gear game.
Okay.
Where you are playing as Snake, who in this time is Naked Snake, because that's his code name. And you are, that's his code name. And eventually you learned that he becomes, the Snake you're playing becomes Big Boss, who is the like final boss of the original Metal Gear games.
So Snake being a code name, not the dude's name.
Well, Snake is also a clone. The new Snake is also a clone, right?
Yes.
Kind of?
So Big Boss worked for this guy named Major Zero. Major Zero idolizes Snake and thinks he is the perfect soldier, spy, everything. So when Big Boss, who was Snake, turns out that he's kind of crazy and starts fighting with Major Zero creates a whole ruse to take some of his DNA and make a clone. But to make sure he does it right, he makes 2 clones. One accidentally takes all the recessive genes of Snake, aka Big Boss, and one takes all the dominant genes of Snake, aka Big Boss. And the one that took all the recessive genes became Liquid Snake, and he was raised in England to be the perfect soldier, and he's blonde because that's how you can tell them apart. Then there is Solid Snake, who is all the dominant genes, and that's the one that you're thinking of when you think of Snake, because he was in Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, and all of that. There is also Solidus Snake and Venom Snake and all these other ones. Venom Snake, or Poison Snake, depending on who you ask, is Big Boss, but he's come back to get revenge on Major Zero later in life. Then there's Solidus Snake, who's not related at all, but he looks exactly like them because, so hold on. Okay, so in Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, what happens is you start playing and you're in a hospital and you wake up and you're like in a coma, right? And this is where you also get introduced to the children, and the children are like a whole other thing, which they're kind of cool. They age up into bosses later, / one of them is a boss former. Anyway, but
children.
So also this is an extremely simple lore to follow. So I want to make sure. So at the beginning of the game, you wake up and then you're about to get killed by an assassin. And then this dude runs out of nowhere and he's like bandaged head to toe and he punches the guy out that's trying to kill you. And he's like, run. And then so then you run and you look like Snake. So you're supposed to think you're Snake, right? So then you play this whole game that's setting up like how Metal Gear Solid 1 happens. But this is Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain. So playing this whole game and you're running, and then at the end of the game, plot twist. Sorry for the plot twist. Spoilers for Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
Bum fiddler.
I'm gonna bum some fiddles. You're not Snake at all. You are basically an accountant that they have hypnotized you into believing you're Snake and given you extensive plastic surgery to make you look like Snake and act like Snake. Then the guy at the beginning, the bandage guy, he's important because that's actually Big Boss. And he knew that he was not going to be in a good enough shape to do the missions that you had to do and that you've been doing. So he basically tricked you into doing it for him so he can go and create Outer Haven, which is like a secret base full of spies. But then the children come in. So do you guys want to know about the children, or do you want to say that? Because one of them actually child number 3 actually grows up to be Psycho Mantis from the first game.
I like Psycho Mantis.
Psycho Mantis is a good boss fight. Cordell, do you know about the Psycho Mantis fight where you have to unplug your controller and plug it into player number 2 port so he can stop reading your mind?
He also reads your memory card.
He also
does. He'll be like, "Oh, I see
if you played
that you've been playing a lot of Sly Cooper."
Yeah, if you're like me and you played it on GameCube, he says, Wind Waker.
No, I do not know about this.
You would like these games, Cordell.
Would I?
I think you would. They're pretty fun. They're like fun. In the fact that like it's stupid. It's stupid how complicated the lore is.
Well, on the good news of this is we've successfully made this the least sexy podcast possible.
Yeah, we
as per our goal earlier. We've done it. We've dried up the room.
Actually, fun fact about Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
Yeah.
There's a character named Eva, who you're supposed to go meet Adam, but then you meet Eva, and she's there. Is she a spy? Oh,
probably.
For years, we did not know who the voice actress was. There was speculation, but she's credited under a fake name. People would Google the name, never been in anything else, no pictures, no proof she exists.
Interesting.
Metal Gear Solid Delta, they announced it, and the original voice actress for Eva walks onto the screen, and who is it? None other than the voice of the Little Mermaid, Jodie Benson. And she went under a fake name because you see Eva's boobs and butt. And it's like really weird. And like, you know, when you're a kid and you're Google, like she basically wanted to make it to where when kids looked her up, they would find Little Mermaid and not be led to look into stuff like Metal Gear Solid, where it's like, hi, a 6-year-old should not be playing a game where you have a whole mission against a man made of bugs named the
Bug Man.
Yeah, they named him Bug Man because he's made of bugs.
Is he the fear or the? No, he's not the fear. Okay,
I'm so excited to play Metal Gear Solid. I said excitedly. Then
little did I know
the Bug Man.
Bug Man. Well, we're really smart lately.
We're really smart. The funny thing about Phantom Pain is he doesn't have an arm.
He doesn't.
Like
yeah.
So
that's why it's called the Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain.
Yeah. I think someone has to have done this, but like a person who had an amputation and then their limb that got amputated became a ghost. That's got to be a thing, right? Like just the ghost of a limb, like a character that happened to them. Or like they're still alive, but their arm that got amputated is just floating around following them, being a ghost arm now.
It's what's the Stephen King where the car is possessed? It's
Christine.
It's Christine, but it's just an arm.
Right. It's just a ghost arm.
It's going around killing people.
Yep.
Choking them out, jerking them off.
Sorry, that the bug man is called the bug man's called the Pain.
Is he the Phantom Pain?
No, he's just called the Pain. So it's a thing called Cobra Unit, where it's kind of the predecessor to the Children, where basically this guy's like, I'm going to genetically modify these people to be the best at what they do. So it's the Pain, the Fear, the End. Who else was it? I think that's the only 3. That's the only 3 other than like the boss is the
Big Venus.
Kind of fourth. Big Venus,
BBL Drizzy.
BBL Drizzy. Thank you for reminding me of these. I completely forgot.
Yeah. That's my favorite boss, BBL Drizzy.
Oh, the Fury. The Fury.
I'm pretty angry.
Anyway, Metal Gear Solid. Y'all should play it. And the Sorrow. I forgot about the Sorrow. Fucking hell. What kind of fan am I?
You idiot. How could you forget the Sorrow, Caleb?
It's the Pain, the Fear, which, it's... God.
Well, you know what my nickname is? What? You know what my title would be? It would be when we read reviews that are really bad, so guess the movie.
Woo!
I'll guess the movie.
Wow. Welcome back. I'm going to read a couple half-star reviews, and they're going to guess the movie I'm talking about. This is a half-star review from Nicole Lattimore.
Thank you, Nicole.
I'm sorry. I always forget to thank. Thank you, Nicole. Incredibly boring and predictable. Egregiously overhyped. And disappointing.
Inception.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
Casino Royale.
No. No, I'm so sorry.
Another one.
This is a review by Shamalama Ding. That's not
Thank
a
you,
hint.
Shamalama
I'm
Ding.
just gonna say. The fact that people who love this movie were excited for its sequel tells a lot about just how overrated this second rate of a movie is. And
So it's either Unbreakable or Split.
Again, the name is not a hint. It is not
Dang
a
it.
Shyamalan movie.
Sorry, I thought you said the name is a hint.
No.
Dang it.
So it's a movie that people were excited for the sequel. Knives Out.
No, I'm so sorry.
I was excited for that. I'm excited for the third movie.
I will say, as far as the Knives Out experience goes, Glass Onion felt more on the nose politically because Knives Out had clear political leanings and thoughts in it. But
Right.
Glass Onion was so much more overt about it and a little bit more caricature, and it bothered me.
I like
I haven't seen Glass Onion.
It's a very
Good.
good movie. I do enjoy it a lot. I think it was a little more on the nose character wise and theme wise, and I didn't like that.
Yeah,
So
fair.
would this be?
The sequel came out recently, I will say.
Oh, Gladiator. It's Gladiator 2.
Gladiator. The first Gladiator. Which I watched for the first time last night.
It's a good movie.
It's pretty good.
I don't think it's
I don't think it's God's gift to Earth.
No, honestly, whenever everyone for years would do "Are you not entertained?" I really thought that would be a bigger moment in the film, but it's in the first 20 minutes, and it's just whatever.
It's one of the first things he says when he's
Right.
in that first battle, in the first Colosseum.
Yeah. Also, so you watched it last night. That little blonde kid, is that his son?
Wait, throughout the movie? Because he has his actual son that dies.
Yes. And then there's that kid that's
No.
throughout the movie. That's not his kid.
That's not Maximus's kid.
Okay. But
That is Gurley's kid.
right.
And I think they imply that it's from her husband that died.
Right. But did Gurley and Maximus have a thing in the past, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Before he got with his boo and had his bee. Yeah. They had a
Okay.
thing.
So a little bit of a slight bum fiddle for Gladiator
The slightest
2.
of bum fiddle. It came out. Gladiator 2.
Yes, it very slight bum fiddle. I would be shocked if it's not in the. Let me do a quick.
Because Gladiator 2 is a direct sequel, right? Right.
I think so.
Yes,
think
that's what's surprising to me.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. So yeah. Okay, so the blurb: years after witnessing the death of Maximus at the hands of his uncle, Lucius must enter the Colosseum after the powerful emperors of Rome conquer his home. So what basically a very quick reveal is this dude is royal blood.
Well, wait. So Lucius Lucius' mom is like the princess, and her,
Right.
Yeah. But oh wait, so at the very beginning, you're saying they go, "This is Lucius."
No,
That's the bum fiddle?
There is a second twist.
Okay.
And it's the confusing part to me because they kind of, so I'm just going to bump it. They heavily state and imply, they like outright state that Maximus is Lucius's dad. And I didn't.
Okay.
Right. They routinely talk about it like that, like he's just legitimately his father. And you watched Gladiator last night, and nowhere in that movie does it imply that Lucius is actually his son.
Yeah, no.
So,
I mean, like, his mom is, is Joaquin Phoenix's sister, and Maximus
Right?
killed
But, like,
Joaquin Phoenix.
So that's the part that like was weird to me. Is they're like, yeah, Maximus was your dad, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
I mean, let's all think about this. Okay, let's all close our eyes.
Okay. My eyes are closed.
I want you to imagine Russell Crowe in the year 2000 as he is in Gladiator. He hasn't done A Beautiful Mind yet. So we don't have to worry about that. He has done LA Confidential though. He hasn't done The Nice Guys because that's way later. He hasn't done Thor: Love and Thunder because that's even later.
He hasn't done Noah.
He hasn't done Noah. He hasn't done Cinderella Man. He has done Mystery Alaska and The Insider. He's probably filmed Proof of Life. He's probably started filming Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World. But right now he's in Gladiator, which is directed by Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott's done a lot of stuff already too, but we don't have to get into that. He probably has a kid.
Well, Caleb, have you seen Gladiator?
No.
I'm not the only one. Okay.
So I hadn't seen it until last year.
Okay.
So
cool.
Podcast the Losers here. But like in the first movie, they're like, yeah, Lucius is the son of his old flame, but is never stated to be his kid.
Yeah, and he doesn't even ever show any like
realization of holy crap, this is my son. And yet in Gladiator 2, they're like, yeah, Maximus is your daddy.
So, wow. Because Gladiator 1 that came out in the year 2000 starring Russell Crowe, just to remind everyone, Lucius is played by a different dude.
Well, yeah.
Named Spencer Treat Clark.
Yeah, he's also the son in Unbreakable.
Oh. So I think I have to watch these movies now because I'm very confused.
Settle this for me. Right, yes.
All right. I'm going to watch these with a pair of fresh eyes. I'm going to try to forget all the stuff Russell Crowe has been in since. And I think I can do that. I will watch these movies. I'll ask Olivia to watch these movies with me because she hasn't seen them either. So,
have we talked about The Beekeeper on the podcast?
The Beekeeper starring Jason Statham?
Yeah. Have we talked about me watching that?
No, I don't think
with the gang here. So should I? Do you need to know? Do you want to know?
I want to know anything you want to tell me because I'm obsessed with you.
Oh my god, okay.
I'm looking at this cast list and it's got a pretty stacked cast.
David Ayer made a movie last year with like Caleb said, Jason Statham, and it's called The Beekeeper.
Josh Hutcherson is in it?
Josh Hutcherson is in it. He's the bad guy. It kind of is trying to go with John Wick vibes, right? So Josh Hutcherson plays the son of this like billionaire company owner.
Okay.
And he runs scams like call old people scams, take all your money, take all retirement scams. So the beginning of the movie is this lady who is being nice to Jason Statham, who is really looks, just grizzled and angry. Just looks like Jason Statham.
Yeah, that's just
And
his face.
He's like says stuff about her being the only person that was ever nice to him. And she goes and she gets a call, and there's like a cut between her on the phone and the person that is talking to her, like back and forth. And she's like, freaking out because it's the classic scam. And it shows the dude in like a suit in like a huge like techno room with a bunch of computers. And he's like, watch this. Look at this. Look at me. I'm ruining this person's life. And like, okay, and you gotta get him with the sympathy. Oh, I'm gonna get fired because I fucked up. Goes through all of this. It's ridiculous. And then the lady kills herself.
No.
And everybody thinks it's Jason Statham because he was a neighbor and was a beekeeper. So
beekeepers kill.
Yeah, so you think, right, okay, cool. This could be Jason Statham running away. He's not the killer. That was the only person that was nice to him. Why would he do that? It's a drama. It's interesting, right? So here's what it actually is. A beekeeper is one specific person that was trained to be a beekeeper. And a beekeeper is the ultimate assassin that has ever existed on Earth, ever. And he murders and he can kill and they can do anything. Jason Statham used to be a beekeeper. And now there's a new beekeeper. He's like, I'm gonna beekeep again, which he actually keeps bees. Like they also do keep bees.
Well, because you're a beekeeper. If you don't keep bees, I don't think you should be called a beekeeper.
Exactly.
So that's
a fucking man.
Yeah.
So the movie is him getting revenge for the death of this loved one. Beekeeping. And you get to learn the lore about the beekeepers, and he kills spoiler alert, he kills the new beekeeper, and he burns down the scam, which ends up burning down like the whole company. And like, whoa, oh wait, what? It's not actually a company? His mom is actually the president?
What?
Whoa.
What?
Yeah,
Jason Statham's mom is the president of the scam company that killed this old lady?
Josh Hutcherson is the president of the United States.
What?
And her son, yeah, Josh Hutcherson's mom is the president of the United States, and Josh Hutcherson uses her money to run these scams to make more money.
So is she protecting him because he's her baby boy?
She's protecting him because of all of her campaign funds came from him.
This is the dumbest thing. Incredible.
Basically what I'm saying is watch this movie if you want to watch a bad John Wick.
I'm looking at David Ayer's filmography.
Oh,
and in
that's a good
2016, he directed a little movie called Suicide Squad.
What are we?
The best film to ever exist.
He also wrote that movie, which is bad. Then in 2017, he had a little movie out called Bright. Do y'all remember that movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
With fantasy, but it's racism.
Yeah.
It was written by a writer I really liked who got me too'd because he was not a good person.
Oof.
Was it Max Landis?
It was Max Landis. His dad accidentally killed people too as a director, so that's crazy.
Oof. And then in 2020, he has The Tax Collector. And then in 2024, he has The Beekeeper. So here's my question. Do you think he saw that The Suicide Squad was successful and was like, fuck, I got to add the. That's the trick. That's the trick. That's what makes movies good.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, because like another popular one of his movies before Suicide Squad was Fury.
I remember Fury.
Yeah, he did write for The Fast and the Furious though, so he knew way back when, but none of the since then.
it's the rules of movies, right? More movie equals better, which is why Twilight Saga is better than The Godfather.
True.
And if it starts with the, it's better, which is why The Godfather is better than Twilight Saga.
So hear me out.
Yeah.
I think it's clear from David Ayer's filmography that he has got an incredibly simple mind.
Yeah.
Almost beautifully simple. Like his concept of what plots is beautiful. Like Suicide Squad. What are we? Some kind of Suicide Squad? And then there's a big laser in the sky, and then they gotta fight evil lady, and sometimes there's sexy evil lady too. That's a simple, good plot. That's not good at all. Or if you look at Bright, he said, okay, fantasy, LA cops. Now there's magic. And the magic wands are also like grenades, kinda. And then that's a plot. Like he said, beekeeper.
To be fair, Bright was all Max Landis. He was talking about that concept on
really?
YouTube interviews years before.
Okay, yeah, he just directed it. That's fair. Okay, I'll take Bright off the list. But I think he's got a beautifully simple brain in terms of how plot goes. Yeah. He says this is a plot, and he's technically correct.
I think he also just likes Jason Statham because do you want to hear the new movie that is coming out this year, March 20,
Beekeeper 2?
The Stathaming?
A Working Man.
And it's got
Levon Cade left behind a decorated military career in the Black Ops to live a simple life working construction, not beekeeping. But when his boss's daughter, who is like family to him, daughter instead of old lady, is taken by human traffickers.
This is taken.
His search to bring her home uncovers a world of corruption far greater than he ever could have imagined.
This is Taken.
I've seen
Harbor's in it.
Exactly one Jason Statham movie.
Is it Crank High Voltage?
It was not Crank High Voltage.
Is it The Meg? Or
it was
Meg
not
2?
The Meg or The Meg 2.
Is it the original Crank?
It was not the original Crank.
Is it Romeo and Juliet?
It's Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, then I've seen two Jason Statham movies. I watched the Romeo and Juliet when I was in the hospital one time, and it was on the TV, and I couldn't figure out how to change the channel.
Was that freshman year, Caleb?
Huh?
Was that freshman year?
No, it was when I was in high school. Because when I was in high school, okay, so here's a sad but funny story. So with diabetes, sometimes if you go into DKA, it gets really, really painful.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of pain that the doctors say, hey, we know you're a kid. Do you want morphine? And when you're a kid, you say yes. And then
age you say
then
yes to morphine.
You don't know what's going on because you're on morphine.
Oh, yeah.
And then you watch all of Romeo and Juliet.
Ooh, baby.
So I've seen two. The other one is a good movie, though.
Oh.
The Italian Job?
It's not The Italian Job. It's Spy.
Oh.
Did y'all ever see Spy?
No.
Starring Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah.
It's like a comedy.
You're not going to convince me a Melissa McCarthy movie is good, Caleb.
Hey,
that's just not a thing that's going to happen today.
Cordell, here's the context of which I watched it. And then I also want to talk about, I finally found, a few weeks ago, I talked about how I hate Adam Sandler movies. I finally found the context in which I enjoyed an Adam Sandler movie. So I want to bring that up. It's towards the end.
Yeah, I'm interested.
So the thing that Spy, I watched for $1 at the Rialto movie theater in Searcy, Arkansas.
Okay.
So it was good for $1.
Yeah.
It's probably good for streaming because then you're
it's
you're
free.
basically not paying for it. The context in which I finally enjoyed a movie by Adam Sandler. And I mean his company, what's it called? Like Happy Madison?
Happy Madison.
Happy Madison movie. finally enjoyed one. It was in the waiting room of an emergency dentist.
Oh.
I'm sure there's a not funny story there, but that's
my wife just my wife just like randomly was like eating a meal, and then out of nowhere, half of her tooth was just gone. So we had to go to an emergency dentist, and then it was late at night, and I was the only person in the waiting room. Because we went there like right before they closed, and we called them. We were like, "We're so sorry. Is this okay?" And they were like, "Yeah, that's fine. We'll stay a little late for y'all. That's okay." So like the receptionist had gone back to the back to like do their closing stuff to like get stuff ready. So I was just alone, and it was playing on the TV, and I had my phone with me, but I thought maybe I can watch this movie instead. And it was The Zookeeper starring Kevin James, where he talks to a monkey.
He goes to TGI Friday. He goes to TGI Friday with the gorilla. Yeah.
With the gorilla. And also the gorilla, surprisingly wildly horny. Like, all the animals are like surprisingly horny and trying to get Kevin James to fuck.
They're horny for his sake. They're not horny for themselves.
But like, okay, can I?
This is Hitch, but a gorilla instead of Will Smith.
But also, here's the thing. The movie starts.
That is incredible.
Kevin James is a successful dealer at a car dealership. Like, making so much money, dating a supermodel. First of all, we see you, Kevin James. We get it. But this is stop writing this fiction for yourself where you get to do cool things instead of live your sad life. Anyway, so like that's happening. His brother is freaking Donnie Wahlberg, and he works with Joe Rogan. Like that's the other two guys in this movie who are like supposed to be cool.
Joe Rogan is in this movie?
Joe Rogan's in this movie.
God.
And then Kevin James, who plays a guy named Griffin, decides I'm going to leave this job to pursue my passion, which is being a zookeeper, where he meets Rosario Dawson.
Of course.
Who like another, like, just like, it's just very funny that in every movie that's from Happy Madison, it's always like somebody who is like middle of the road attractive for a comedian, which means it's like on the bottom scale of almost every other profession. So then you've got that, and they're always dating like the hottest person you can imagine. Like it's just, it's wild. So that this movie happens. And then all the animals, he figures out he can talk to them. And then they're like, you should fuck Rosario Dawson. Like, you should really get with Rosario Dawson. I'm 100% not joking. And then he's like, oh, but I don't know if I want to do that. And then he goes to TGI Fridays with a gorilla. And the gorilla's like, you should fuck Rosario Dawson.
And he said, well, if the gorilla says, I'll do it.
Exactly. So then he convinces Rosario Dawson to go on a fake date with him. A fake date, not real. He specifically says, I just want to try to learn how to date again after dating my supermodel ex. And, maybe if we could go on a fake date with each other. And then she catches feelings on the fake date where he takes her to like a super big party held by Joe Rogan, whose name is Gail in the movie. Freaking Gail. And then he like basically does all this stuff and like sees his supermodel ex, and then his supermodel ex is like, you want to come back to your real life? And he's like, yeah, I do. So then he goes back and he becomes a car salesman again for one day before realizing he really misses Rosario Dawson, and he leaves everything to go back and be with her. That is the plot of Zookeeper. You're welcome.
Most of it's not about the zoo.
Most of it's not about the zoo, other than like Rosario Dawson, like her thing that is like, she mentions it like twice and it becomes like a plot point, is that she's like, I want to rehabilitate eagles, and I want to make eagles fuck so they can have children. And that's like her whole thing.
And you're telling me that Cher plays a lioness?
Yes,
And
Sheriff voices.
Sylvester Stallone plays the lion.
Yes.
Nick Nolte is also the voice of the gorilla.
Yeah, Nick Nolte's the voice of the
Bernie
gorilla.
the
That
gorilla.
sucks. Yeah, Adam Sandler
Wow.
voices Donald the monkey, and Donald the monkey's the horniest of all of them. Let me be real.
Makes sense.
I would
horny.
expect
As a
that from
frog.
Donald.
Judd Apatow voices Barry the elephant. The least. My guitar just fell completely over. That's fun. Judd Apatow voices the least horny of them. Jon Favreau's pretty horny as the bear. Yeah, just like a whole cast of
Horny animals.
The horny animals.
The dream, really.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. This has been a crazy episode.
But we did
And
it.
we brought it back to being horny.
We did.
But no, we
and that's
didn't,
what's
because
important.
nothing is less horny than thinking about an Adam Sandler movie's variety of horniness.
We're junky jokesters. Of course we gotta bring it back to being horny.
Yeah, we do gotta do that. I still think the best Adam Sandler movie is, in fact, Just Go With It.
I've never seen it.
It's actually unironically worth watching, and I believe that. I think it is worth your time and energy.
I will seek it out. And I shall.
You shall.
Well,
Wow.
you know what? I hate Adam Sandler movies. Do you
That's
know what
fair.
I love?
Me?
Good video games like Guitar Hero 3, which features the song Psychobilly Freak Out off by the Reverend Horton Heat off the album Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em. And we
That was
also
good.
feature that song.
That was good.
If
Thank
you like this episode and like that bit that Caleb just did because it was a good bit, you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We would really appreciate it. We also have a YouTube if you want to check us out there. We also have TikTok because it's still around for now. And we're going to drop that other one. So we're just going to say TikTok at Junkhouse Pod. Probably make a Blue Sky soon, but.
Do you remember emails?
No.
You remember them? They're a thing. They're on your computer. It's like texting, but you got to be formal. Yeah, emails. You don't have to be formal when you email us, though. Speaking of informal emails, we have an email from Fielding. Did you know, Junkhouse, did you know that in terms of human companionship, Flareon is objectively the most huggable Pokemon? While their maximum temperature is likely too much for most, they are capable of controlling it, so they can set themselves to the perfect temperature for you. Along with that, they have a lot of fluff, making them undeniably incredibly soft to touch. But that's not all. They have a very respectable special defense stat of 110, which means that they are very likely calm and resistant to emotional damage. Because of this, if you have a bad day, you can vent to it while hugging it, and it won't mind. It can make itself even more endearing with moves like Charm and Baby Doll Eyes, ensuring that you never have a prolonged bout of depression ever again. Thank you for subscribing to Did You Know? Pasta Pizza Pesto.
Basta pizza mezzo.
So if you want to drop the best email in our email inbox about which Pokemon is the best for human companionship, you can do that at junkhousemailbox@gmail.com.
Well, as we say every week.
Is Vaporeon the porn one that they talk about of the Eevee ones?
Yes. Yeah, Vaporeon's the one.
It's a psychobilly freak out.